If my class can allow international students to sit in on-site or online, and the international students, they cannot understand Chinese. In this situation, then English must be required.
Let me start to record the course. And the first thing, it's take the attendance. So let me share the screen. Introduce two theories. One is experience economy. The other one is experiential marketing. These two are similar, but a little bit different. So in a discussion, I would like you to prepare the differences and also similarities between these two. Here I can give you some hints. So first, let's look at this one, experience economy. Okay, it's a little bit 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. This was from the Pine second in the Gilmer. I think this, but until now, is still popular. So you can have a quick look to see. It's like an evolution. Sorry. Or here called progression of economic value. Earlier, we just talked about commodities, and right now, nowadays, we talk about experience. So you can check the details, and then so here talk about the differences, economic distinctions, and then in this paper, they divide the experiences into four realms here of an experience, using two dimensions to divide the experiences into four realms. For example, active participation, along with absorption. That's educational. Some examples are like DIY, do it yourself. I think here provides more examples for you. Here, I think there are more examples in his speech. For example, I think he mentioned about farming experiences in the farm, and also making a cake, something like that. Particularly here, he mentions the farming pay to have some experiences in the agricultural farming. And then here, immersion along with active participation is escapist. Some examples like extreme sports because it's very because like a bumpy jumping, they make people very nervous participants. So by this kind of experience, make them forget their daily routines. That's escapist. But when we talk about leisure literacy, if this one is too much, escape too much or too long, for example, just immerse in online games, just don't want to come back to the reality, maybe that will become excessive leisure. And on the other side, on the left side, here is entertainment. I think it's very popular. It's passive. You just sit there, like to watch TV or enjoy the music and the absorption. And the fourth is aesthetic. For example, we go to the art museum to appreciate some arts, or we may go to a musical exhibition performance. So here we call 4E. You may notice here E, entertainment, E, educational, E, escapist, and the E, aesthetics. So we call 4E model. Okay, and then for the experiential marketing, we can also have a quick look at this one. This is experiential marketing. Here, published online is 2010. However, I think the original paper is probably 1999. So it's similar time with the experiential economy, right? So these two were proposed almost at the same time. Okay. So now let's look at this one, experiential marketing. Here I also propose 5 different types of experiences or strategic experiential modules. SE strategic, SE experiential modules, SEM, okay? So first one is sensory experiences, sense. Is there any question? Okay. The second one is affective, feel, FEL, and the creative cognitive think. So when we compare these two, do you think creative cognitive is kind of parallel or similar to the educational, right? Also, physical experiences or behaviors and lifestyles. This is act. And then social identity experiences from relating to a reference group or culture. Let's relate. So these two theories are different, but they still there are some similarities between these two. So I would like you to try to compare compare these two theories. I think I think that there's no standard answer. It's just different people have different opinions, but you need to provide some explanation to justify your answer. You may pay attention to here strategic experiential modules. Strategic experiential modules, and here marketers can create. So you can see, I'm not sure whether probably some of you, or maybe most of you, maybe you have already, but I'm not sure, maybe you have already taken the course about economics. We talk about economics, we divide the product or supply side with the consumer side or demand side, supply and demand for products. So you can see here. So from here, so you may you may think of this is from which side, the perspective of which side, and then when we look at the experiential economy, this one, Harvard Business Review, experience economy. Maybe for this one, you may think this theory is from which side? Is a supply side or demand side? So maybe you can use this supply and demand, or supply side or demand side, or the products providers and consumers versus consumers, to compare these two theories. Okay, so you may try in a discussion, and also you can check other classmates' responses here. Please compare these two, and then try to use these two to explain leisure experiences. Just apply these two into leisure in the field of leisure activities. I think this one is not difficult. I think it just provides some examples. I think a lot of them are very obvious. And then I think here I'm going to add one more because I forgot it. I want to add one more. I would like you to when we talk about the experience economy and the experiential marketing theory, is there any in flow experience or relevance among flow experience, experience economy, and experiential marketing, and please explain your answer. Okay, let me add one more. Is there any relevance among flow experience, experience economy, and the experiential marketing? Please explain your answer. I think this one, if you can understand what I'm talking about now, I provide a hint for you. Try to use the supply side or demand side to look at this experience economy or experiential marketing, and then also use this way supply or demand provider or consumer to check the flow experience. So then you may see maybe then you can see flow experience is closer to experience economy or closer to experiential marketing, or but still you can have your opinions, or you may say flow experience is maybe a special case or spatial still this kind of experience can be related to experience economy or experiential marketing, but it's, for example, we can use absorption, immersion, active, passive participation, and you may put the flow. Where is flow? Flow experience? Maybe it's possible to put flow is here, 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 and anywhere. So you can use these two dimensions to help you to explain the flow experience. Okay. And then I think then that's leisure involvement and the flow experience. I think if you Google the definition of these two, I think it's not difficult to find out definition. So you can know what does these terms mean. What do these two terms mean? I can very quickly provide some definition for this one. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, here is some some references for the flow experience. So in fact, that's from different scholars, but they both use experience. So for example, here I think the scholar's name is difficult to pronounce. Refers to the flow experience, refers to the overall perceptual experience. And that was caused by the individual's emotional participation and the involvement in leisure activities. So here also has involvement. So you may see the relationship between involvement and the flow experience. Another scholar tried to explain the flow experience. It's kind of deep leisure experience. Okay, sometimes that's related to challenge and skill. But maybe just get a general definition of the flow experience. Here again, challenge and skill. I think here that means if some activity or task they is challenging and need some skills. And then, for example, for the athletes, when they play sports, if that's a challenge to compete, and if they need high skills, and if they can balance, maybe they enter the flow experience. However, sometimes if we use emotional participation, maybe sometimes when we say we involved in activities and so deeply and just forgot the time, maybe there's still a flow experience. So I would like you to broaden the definition of the flow experience, because earlier maybe they just used this to describe the athlete's experience, but maybe I would like, because we want to apply this experience into this concept or this idea into leisure activities. So maybe we can a little bit broaden the definition. But of course, for the we call serious leisure, that means we some people participate in some leisure activities. They put a lot of time, resources, and also activities become the center of their life, and bring a lot of very meaningful and important for their daily lives. That means involve a lot or deeply. Then sometimes for this kind of leisure activities, they will a lot of time they will enjoy a lot when they do the leisure activities, and very often they have the flow experience. I'm not sure, but like me, I like to write a paper, so maybe I just every time I write a paper, I just forget everything, forget to eat, forget to sleep, forget the time. Maybe we call that flow experience. So I try to explain flow experience, and also I mentioned about involvement. Try to help you to clarify the relationship among all these variables. So it seems it's obvious flow experience might cause excessive leisure, right? So because the most difficult question is the number 4, right? Please do your best to draw a concept map that can describe or explain possible relationships among leisure involvement, flow experience, and the leisure literacy and the excessive leisure. Okay, so try your best to respond to this question. However, I will provide another video. It's a conference presentation, oral conference presentation. I think after you watch this video, it's about 13 minutes. Probably you will know the relationship between leisure involvement and flow experience and excessive leisure. But how about leisure literacy? Where can we put leisure literacy? So you may try to think of this. I can give you a hint here. Maybe you can think of mediator and the moderator. As I know, maybe some of you also in my another class, research method. So probably you are familiar with these two, but maybe I'm not sure. Other classmates, maybe you are not familiar with these two. So let me try to explain this a little bit, and then help you to draw the concept mapping. Okay. And I think I would use an example to help you understand mediator and the moderator. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, let me try to use an example to help you understand moderator first. For example, here is a variable A. We call doing exercise or sports. Doing exercise or doing sports more frequently. This way, we'll reduce the possibility to get cancer. Okay. Suppose we propose this statement. If we take time or regularly doing exercise, maybe we will be healthy, and there will be low chance to get cancer or any other physical problem. Okay. However, this relationship is moderated by a sleep quality. We call C is a moderator. Sleep quality. In other words, the relationship between A and B is influenced by C. Then this is what we call moderator. Let me explain more clearly. For example, if the sleep quality or you have enough sleep, then this relationship is quite obvious, A and B. However, if your sleeping quality or you always stay late and you don't have enough sleep, then the relation between these two, between A and B, will not be so obvious. even though you do a lot of sports, or then still you got a chance to get cancer because your sleeping quality is not good. So given a condition is satisfied, then the relationship between A, B will be positive. Then we call the given condition is a moderator, okay? So try to use this. Maybe this will be helpful for you to when you try to draw a map, concept map among those 4 variables. Maybe one of them can be a moderator. Now, how about mediator? Mediator means A cause B, and then cause C. Here we call complete mediator. If this way is also there, then we call partially mediator. So A can directly influence C, also indirectly influence C. It's partially. This one is partially. If both ways are there, we call partially mediation. If there's no this one, if there's no red one, then we call complete mediation. Let me give you an example. For example, for the elderly people, if they try to do some exercise regularly, would the list help them to have a happy life, or have a good life satisfaction? If yes, that's direct influence. However, maybe this is not obvious. This is only weak. Why? Because life satisfaction or life quality is influenced by many factors. For example, the work, or the religion belief, something like that. However, if we divide the variables into 2 parts, one part is more related to physical. The other part is more related to psychological. And then maybe I put some mediators here. Maybe this we call model will be more, we call the explaining power will increase. Model. So for example, doing exercise may improve physical condition, right? Improve physical condition. So they will be, for the elderly people, this will help them to manage, to arrange their daily activities, to take care themselves, right? Because they can take care of themselves, so they can take a shower by themselves, they can go shopping by themselves. So they don't have to rely on other people to help them. By this way, they can live independently. They will, for example, they will less likely to have a depression, right? Depression. So this way here, go to the psychological side, and less likely to have a depression, and thus therefore they will live happier, right? So we call these two B and D. B we can define as ability to take care themselves for daily lives, and D is depression. So then from this they can have a higher life satisfaction. Okay. So when you do the concept mapping, try to use this way. Both of these two methods, mediator and moderator. Some of them you can treat them as mediator, and maybe one of them you can treat as a moderator. So then try to is a concept mapping, but it's kind of like a model. Psychological mechanism to explain phenomena. We call model. Okay. I hope it's not difficult for you. Any questions so far? I think I explained everything, right? So we can do the assignment, right?